Now let us start the next chapter, that is quadrilaterals. Now what is a quadrilateral? A simple closed figure bounded by the four line segments is called a quadrilateral. So triangle means the simple closed figure bounded by three line segments, but whereas the quadrilateral means the simple closed figure bounded by four line segments is called a quadrilateral. So let us write the definition of a quadrilateral. A simple closed figure bounded by four line segments is called a quadrilateral. Now let us draw the figure of a quadrilateral. Now this is a quadrilateral ABCD. Now what are the different parts of the quadrilateral ABCD? So the first one is the sides, four sides. So the four line segments which form the quadrilateral are called the sides. So the namely AB, BC, CD and DA. So these are the four sides and four vertices. So the vertices where the two sides meet in the corner. So these four corners are called the four vertices. A, B, C and D. These are the four vertices. And four angles. And at each vertex an angle is formed. So the four angles are angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Now the two diagonals. Diagonals means the line segment joining the opposite vertices. Here AC is a diagonal and BD is also diagonal. AC and BD. So diagonals means the line segment joining the opposite vertices. Line segment joining opposite vertices. So the line segment joining the opposite vertices are called the diagonals of the quadrilateral. Now let us write the next adjacent sides. Adjacent sides means the sides which have the common vertex are called the adjacent sides. Sides having common vertex. So these are the adjacent sides. What are the sides having the common vertex? AB, BC. Next BC comma CD. Next CD comma DA. Next DA comma AB. So these are the adjacent sides. Now the adjacent vertices. So adjacent vertices means now AB, the two vertices which have the common side. Now the vertices having common side. So like A comma B, B comma C, C comma D, and D comma A. Next, adjacent angles. So adjacent angles means same as the adjacent vertices. Now angles having common side. So angle A comma angle B, angle B comma angle C, angle C comma angle D, angle D comma angle A. So these are the four pairs of adjacent sides, adjacent vertices and adjacent angles. Now let us write the opposite sides, opposite vertices and also opposite angles. Opposite sides. The two sides without the common vertex are known as the opposite sides. So here AB and DC. So these two are opposite sides, and BC, AD are also opposite sides. The two sides without any common vertex. So there are two pairs of opposite sides. Sides without common vertex. So those two sides are AB comma DC and AD comma BC. So these two are the opposite sides. Next, opposite vertices. So opposite vertices means these are also two pairs. So the vertices without the common side, AC, so these two are the opposite vertices, they do not have any common side, and BD also. So we can write the vertices without common side. So those two are A comma C and B comma D. So these are the opposite vertices. Now the opposite angles. So these are also two pairs. So then we can write the opposite angles as angles without common side. So the angles without common side are angle A, angle C, angle B, angle D. So these are the opposite angles. Angle A and angle C, angle B and angle D. These are the opposite angles. So we can write angle A comma angle C, angle B comma angle D. Now in the quadrilateral ABCD, so there are four sides and four vertices and also four angles, and there are two diagonals, and there are four pairs of adjacent sides, 4 pairs of adjacent vertices and 4 pairs of adjacent angles, and also there are 2 pairs of opposite sides and the 2 pairs of opposite vertices and 2 pairs of opposite angles in a quadrilateral. Now next topic, interior and exterior of a quadrilateral. So what is the interior and what is the exterior of a quadrilateral? So a quadrilateral divides the plane into 3 parts as the interior, as its interior, comma exterior, and the quadrilateral. So if you take the quadrilateral ABCD, now if you take the points inside the quadrilateral like P, Q, R, so these all the points lie in the interior of the quadrilateral, whereas L, M, N, so these points in the exterior of the quadrilateral. And if you take the vertices A, B, C, D, and these 4 vertices lie on the quadrilateral. So this quadrilateral divides the plane into 3 parts. One is its interior and one is its the exterior and the other is the quadrilateral itself. Now let us learn about the convex quadrilateral and the concave quadrilateral. So what is the convex quadrilateral? Now if you take any quadrilateral ABCD, now if you take any 2 points in the interior like PQ and the line segment joining the 2 interior points also lie in the quadrilateral, then the quadrilateral is said to be convex quadrilateral. If you take any 2 other points in the interior RS, then the whole line segment joining the interior points also lies in the interior of the quadrilateral. Such quadrilateral is called a convex quadrilateral. So if all the line segments joining in the interior points also lie if all the line segments joining the interior points of a quadrilateral also lie in the interior then it is called a convex quadrilateral. Now the concave quadrilateral. So let us see what is the concave quadrilateral. If PQRS is a quadrilateral, if you take any 2 interior points like L, M, and if any line segment joining the two interior points does not lie in the interior, so here some part of the line segment lies in the exterior of the quadrilateral, such quadrilateral is called the concave quadrilateral. So if all the line segments joining the interior points if all the line segment joining the interior points of a quadrilateral does not necessarily lie in the interior, then it is called a concave quadrilateral. Now if you join the diagonals of a convex quadrilateral, the two diagonals intersect in the interior, and if you draw the diagonals of the concave quadrilateral, so they will meet in the exterior of the quadrilateral. Now the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. So what is the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral? So obviously it is 360 degrees. So the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Now let us prove how the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. The angle sum property of a quadrilateral statement the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Now let us prove this. Now consider a quadrilateral ABCD. Now given a quadrilateral ABCD, to prove angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D equals to 360 degrees. Now construction. Let P be a point in the interior of quadrilateral. So let P be a point in the interior of the quadrilateral. Then join AP BP CP and DP. So here P is the interior point. Now the angles are named as X, W, X, Y, Z. These are the angles formed by the sides at the interior point P, W, X, Y and Z. And the angles are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now, as you know, the sum of the angle sum property of a triangle, the sum of the three angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So then, if angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle W equals to 180, then angle 1 plus angle 2 equals to 180 minus of angle W. Now in triangle ABP, in triangle ABP, by the angle sum property of triangle, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle W equals to 180 degrees. So this is equation 1. Now in triangle BCP, angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle X equals to 180 degrees. So this is equation 2. In triangle CDP, angle 5 plus angle 6 plus angle Y equals to 180 degrees. So this is equation 3. Then in triangle DAP, angle 7 plus angle 8 plus angle Z, angle 7 plus angle 8 plus angle Z equals to 180 degrees. So this is equation 4. Now adding equations 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now by adding all the 4 equations, we get angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle W plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle X plus angle 5 plus angle 6 plus Y plus angle 7 plus angle 8 plus angle Z equals to 180 plus 180 plus 180 plus 180. Now if you write all these terms, now if you write 1 and 8 together to get the angle A, so you write 1 and 8 together, angle 1 plus angle 8 plus then angle 2 and angle 3, angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle 5, angle 4 plus angle 5 plus angle 6 plus angle 7 plus angle W plus angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z equals to, so 180 180 360, 360 plus 360 720 degrees. Now angle 1 plus angle 8 together, angle A plus angle 2 plus angle 3 means angle B plus angle 4 plus angle 5 means angle C plus angle 6 angle 7 means angle D plus, So this is the sum of the angles at the point, so that is 360 degrees equals to 720 degrees. Now if you transpose 360 to the RHS, then we get angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D equals to 720 minus 360 degrees. So this equals to 360 degrees. So therefore the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Now this angle sum property of quadrilateral can be proved by taking any diagonal of the quadrilateral. So if you join A and C, the opposite vertices, then we get the diagonal. This diagonal divides the quadrilateral into two triangles. Then by using the angle sum property of a triangle in both the triangles, so we can prove the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So far we have discussed what is a quadrilateral and what are the sides, vertices and the angles of a quadrilateral, and also the adjacent sides, adjacent vertices, adjacent angles, opposite sides, opposite vertices and opposite angles, and the two diagonals, and also the interior exterior of the quadrilateral. And we have also discussed that what is the convex quadrilateral and what is the concave quadrilateral, and we have already proved, we have just proved that the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Now let us do few problems based on all these concepts. Now the first question is the three angles of a quadrilateral are 60 degrees, 80 degrees and 120 degrees. Find the fourth angle. So let the three angles are the three angles of quadrilateral are 60 degrees, 80 degrees, 120 degrees. So let the fourth angle be x degrees. So let the fourth angle be x degrees. By this angle sum property of quadrilateral, by the angle sum property of quadrilateral, the sum of the four angles is equal to 360 degrees. So 60 degrees plus 80 degrees plus 120 degrees plus x equals to 360 degrees. 120 plus 80, 200 plus 60, 260 degrees plus x equals to 360 degrees. Then x degrees equals to 360 degrees minus 260 degrees. Then x equals to 100 degrees. Therefore the fourth angle of quadrilateral is 100 degrees. Now let us see the next question. The angles of a quadrilateral are in the ratio 2:3:4:6. Then you should find the measure of each of the four angles. Now let us write the question. The angles of a quadrilateral are in the ratio 2:3:4:6. Find the measure of each of the four angles. Find the measure of each of the four angles. Now ratio of the angles of quadrilateral. So ratio of the angles of quadrilateral equals to 2:3:4:6. Now the sum of the terms in the ratio, sum of terms of the ratio equals to 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6. So 2 plus 3 5 plus 4 9 plus 6 15. The sum of the angles of quadrilateral, sum of the angles of quadrilateral equals to 360 degrees. Now the measure of first angle equals to, the first term in the ratio is 2 by the sum of the terms of the ratio 15 into the sum of the angles of quadrilateral 360 degrees. So this equals to 15 1s are 15, 15 2s are 30, 15 4s are 60, 24 2s are 48 degrees. Now measure of the second angle equals to, the second term in the ratio is 3 by sum of terms in the ratio 15 into 360 degrees. So here also we can cancel 15, 24 are 360 degrees, 24 3s are 72 degrees. Now the measure of the third angle, measure of third angle equals to, the third term in the ratio is 4 by 15 into 360 degrees. 15 1s are 15, 24 4s are 96 degrees. The measure of the fourth angle equals to 6 by 15 into 360 degrees. So 15 1s are 15, 24s are, and 24 6 are 6 4s are 24, 6 2 are 12 plus 2 14 degrees. So 144 degrees. Therefore the four angles of quadrilateral are 48 degrees, 72 degrees, 96 degrees and 144 degrees. Now let us see the next question. The angles of a quadrilateral are x degrees, comma x plus 10 degrees, comma x plus 20 degrees, comma x plus 30 degrees. Then find the angles. Find the angles. So the sum of the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees by the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. By the angle sum property of quadrilateral, sum of angles of quadrilateral equals to 360 degrees, then x degrees plus x plus 10 degrees plus x plus 20 degrees plus x plus 30 degrees equals to 360 degrees. Sum of these four angles equal to 360 degrees. Now let us open the brackets. X plus 10 plus x plus 20 degrees plus x degrees plus 30 degrees equals to 360 degrees. Now let us write the like terms together. X degrees plus x degrees plus x degrees plus x degrees plus 10 plus 20 plus 30 equals to 360 degrees. Now x plus x plus x plus x 4x degrees plus 10 plus 20 30 plus 30 60 equals to 360 degrees. Then 4x equals to 360 degrees minus 60 degrees. Then 4x equals to 360 minus 60 is 300 degrees. Then x equals to 300 by 4. 4 ones are 4 sevens are 28, 4 fives are 20. So x equals to 75 degrees. Now the first angle equals to x, that equals to 75 degrees. The second angle equals to x plus 10 degrees. 75 plus 10 equals to 85 degrees. The third angle equals to x plus 20. 75 plus 20 equals to 95 degrees. The fourth angle equals to x plus 30 degrees. So 75 plus 30 equals to 105 degrees. So 75, 85 degrees, 95 degrees and 105 degrees. So these are the four angles of the given quadrilateral. Now let us learn the types of quadrilaterals. So in the types of quadrilaterals, the first one is a trapezium. So types of quadrilaterals. So the first one is a trapezium. Now what is a trapezium? Now if you take a quadrilateral in which a pair of opposite sides are parallel, such quadrilateral is called a trapezium. So in the quadrilateral ABCD there is a pair of parallel sides. So this type of quadrilateral is called a trapezium. So a quadrilateral with a pair of parallel sides is called a trapezium. A quadrilateral with a pair of parallel sides is called a trapezium. So in this trapezium ABCD, here AD is parallel to BC. Now what is the isosceles trapezium? If the non-parallel sides of a trapezium are of equal length, such trapezium is called an isosceles trapezium. So these two are parallel sides A, B, C, D. Here AD is parallel to BC. Now the non-parallel sides AD and AB and DC, if these two are of equal length, such trapezium is called an isosceles trapezium. So if in a trapezium non-parallel sides are of equal length, then it is called an isosceles trapezium. If the non-parallel sides are of equal length, so here AB equals to DC, such trapezium is called an isosceles trapezium. Now in a trapezium, if the sides AD and BC are parallel, so then angle A plus angle B equals to 180 degrees, because they are co-interior angles, and angle D plus angle C also 180 degrees. Angle C plus angle D equals to 180 degrees. Now the second type of quadrilaterals is a kite. Now if you take a quadrilateral in which two pairs of consecutive sides are of equal length, so in the kite ABCD, in the quadrilateral ABCD, the two consecutive sides AB and AD are of equal length, and the other two consecutive sides BC and CD are also of equal length. Such quadrilateral is called a kite. Now if you define the kite, a quadrilateral in which both the pairs of consecutive sides are of equal length is called a kite. Now in a kite, the two diagonals are perpendicular to each other but not the bisectors. The diagonals of a kite are perpendicular to each other. Now the next type of quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Now if you take a trapezium, only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. If you take both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel, such quadrilateral is called a parallelogram. Now if you draw the parallelogram, now here both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So in this parallelogram ABCD, in this quadrilateral ABCD, AB is parallel to DC as well as BC is parallel to AD. So such quadrilateral is called a parallelogram. So a quadrilateral in which both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. So in this, AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. Now the properties of parallelogram. So property opposite sides are equal. Properties of parallelogram. Now opposite sides are of equal length. So the opposite sides of the parallelogram are of equal length. So AB equal to DC, and AD equal to BC. Next, the opposite angles are equal. So angle A equals to angle C, comma, angle B equals to angle D. For the third property, the diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So your OA equal to OC and OB equal to OD. Diagonals bisect each other means OA equal to OC and OB equal to OD. So these are the properties of the parallelogram. Opposite sides are of equal length and opposite angles are equal, and any two consecutive angles are supplementary. Two consecutive angles are supplementary. Means angle A plus angle B equals to 180 degrees, angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degrees, or angle C plus angle D equal to 180, or angle D plus angle A equals to 180 degrees. Now the next one is rhombus. Now if you take the parallelogram with all sides equal, such parallelogram is called a rhombus. Now for example, now this is a parallelogram in which all the four sides are equal. So such parallelogram is called a rhombus. So we can define the rhombus as a parallelogram with all equal sides is called a rhombus. So when a parallelogram is said to be a rhombus if all the sides are of equal length. So in this, AB equal to BC equal to CD equals to DA. So all the four sides are equal. Now what are the properties of rhombus? So as it is a parallelogram, so all the properties of the parallelogram will be applicable in case of rhombus also. So all the opposite sides are equal and the opposite angles are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. And the third one, diagonals perpendicularly bisect each other. So they not only bisect and also perpendicularly bisect each other. Diagonals perpendicularly bisect each other means AC perpendicular to BD and OA equal to OC and OB equals to OD, and also the four sides are equal. AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to DA, and the opposite angles are equal, opposite sides are equal, and the diagonals perpendicularly bisect each other. And here the four triangles are congruent to each other in case of a rhombus. Now the fifth one is a rectangle. Now when a parallelogram is said to be a rectangle, so this is also a parallelogram in which all angles are equal. Now a rectangle is also a parallelogram with all equal angles. So we can define all equal angles means each angle must be 90 degrees. So a parallelogram with equal angles is called a rectangle. A parallelogram with equal angles is called a rectangle. Now, what are the properties of rectangle? First property, opposite sides are equal. Means AB equal to CD and AD equal to BC. So here AB equal to CD and AD equal to BC, and the opposite angles are equal. So not only opposite angles, all the four angles are equal. So angle A equal to angle C, angle B equals to angle D. Next, diagonals bisect each other. So diagonals bisect each other. So if you draw the diagonals of rectangle AC and BD, they bisect each other. So here OA equal to OC and OB equals to OD. So a rectangle being a parallelogram, so all the properties of the parallelogram will also be applicable in case of the rectangle. And another important property regarding the diagonals, the lengths of the diagonals are equal. Lengths of diagonals are equal. So AC equals to BD. So in a rectangle, the length of diagonal AC equals to the length of diagonal BD. So the two diagonals are of equal length in a rectangle. Now the next type of quadrilateral is a square. Now a square is also a rectangle but with adjacent sides equal. So we can define a square from a rectangle. So a rectangle is said to be a square when the adjacent sides are equal. So automatically all the four sides will be equal. So a rectangle with equal adjacent sides is called a square. Now the properties of square. So all the four sides will be equal and four angles will be right angles. So the first property, all the four sides are equal. All the four sides are of equal length. Means opposite sides also will be equal, and all the four angles are of equal measure. Means the measures of the four angles are equal, and the diagonals perpendicularly bisect each other. Diagonals perpendicularly bisect each other. And the fourth property, the diagonals are of equal length. So the first property, all the four sides are of equal length, means angle A equal to angle B equals to angle C equals to angle D. Angle A equals to, all the four sides are of equal length, means AB equal to BC equal to CD equals to DA. So we can write AB equal to BC equals to CD equals to DA, and all the four angles are of equal measure, means angle A equals to angle B equal to angle C equal to angle D. Now the third property, diagonals perpendicularly bisect each other, means AC perpendicular to BD, and the perpendicular bisect each other, means OA equal to OC and OB equals to OD. Then fourth property, the diagonals are of equal measure, means AC equal to BD. The two diagonals are of equal measure. So far we have discussed the different types of quadrilaterals, such as a trapezium, kite, a parallelogram, a rectangle, rhombus and a square. Now let us solve few problems based on the different types of quadrilaterals. Now the first question, the adjacent sides of a parallelogram are x degrees and 2x plus 30 degrees. Find its angles. Now in a parallelogram, the adjacent angles are, the two adjacent angles are x and 2x plus 30. So if you take A here, B, C, D. So in a parallelogram, the adjacent angles are supplementary. So that is a property of a parallelogram. Adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So angle A plus angle B equals to 180 degrees, means x plus 2x plus 30 equals to 180 degrees. Now x plus 2x, 3x plus 30 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Then 3x equals to 180 minus 30. So 3x equals to 150 degrees. Then x equals to 150 degrees by 3. 3 1 350s are 50 degrees. So x means angle A equal to x that equals to 50 degrees. Then angle B equals to 2x plus 30 degrees. So that equals to 2 into x value 50 plus 30 degrees. So 250s are 100 degrees plus 30 degrees. So this equals to 130 degrees. Similarly, in a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. So angle C equal to angle A, so that is 50 degrees, and angle D equal to angle B, that is 130 degrees. So angle A equals to 50 degrees, the four angles. Angle B equals to 130 degrees, angle C equals to 50 degrees, angle D equals to 130 degrees. Now let us see the next question. Two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are in the ratio 5:3, and the perimeter of parallelogram is 48 centimeters. Find the length of each of its sides. Now there is a parallelogram in which the adjacent sides are in the ratio 5:3, and the perimeter of the parallelogram is given that 48 centimeters. Then we should find the length of the sides of the parallelogram. So let us draw a parallelogram. ABCD. Now the two adjacent sides are in the ratio 5:3. So let us take the adjacent sides as 5x centimeters and 3x centimeters. Then its perimeter is 48 centimeters. So ratio of adjacent sides equals to 5:3. So let the two adjacent sides at the lengths of two adjacent sides be 5x centimeters and 3x centimeters. Then perimeter of if AB is 5x, then DC also 5x centimeters, and if BC is 3x centimeters, then AD also 3x centimeters. So here AB equal to DC equal to 5x centimeters and BC equal to AD equals to 3x centimeters. Now given that perimeter of parallelogram equals to 48 centimeters. So AB plus BC plus CD plus DA equals to 48 centimeters. Sum of the lengths of the four sides. So 5x plus 3x plus 5x plus 3x equals to 48 centimeters. So 5 plus 3 8 plus 5 13 plus 3 16x equals to 48. Then x equals to 48 by 16. 16 on the 16 3 that x equals to 3 centimeters. Then AB equals to 5x equals to 5 into 3 equals to 15 centimeters. BC equal to 3x equals to 3 into 3 equals to 9 centimeters. Again CD equals to 5x equals to 5 into 3 equals to 15 centimeters. Then DA is again 3x. So 3 into x value 3 equals to 9 centimeters. So the lengths of the four sides of parallelogram are 15 centimeters, 9 centimeters, 15 centimeters, 9 centimeters. Now let us solve the next question. BASC is a rectangle. Its diagonals intersect at O. Find x if OB equal to 5x plus 1 and OE equals to 2x plus 4. Now there is a rectangle BASE. The two diagonals intersect at O. And here given that OB is 5x plus 1 and OE is 2x plus 4. So as we know that the diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals of a rectangle are equal and bisect each other. So then we can say that BS equal to AE and we can write half BS equal to half AE. So half BS means OB equals to half AE means OE. So here OB means 5x plus 1 equals to OE means 2x plus 4. Now by transposing 2x to LHS and plus 1 to RHS, so then 5x minus 2x equals to 4 minus 1. So then we get 5x minus 2x is 3x equals to 4 minus 1 3. So yeah, then x equal to 3 by 3. 3 get cancelled, x equals to 1. And the next question. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB parallel to DC, and if angle A equal to angle B equal to 30 degrees, find other two angles. So in the trapezium ABCD, AB is parallel to DC. Here AB parallel to DC, then angle A equal to angle B equal to 30 degrees, angle A is 30 degrees, angle B also 30 degrees. Then find the other two angles. So in a trapezium, these two angles are supplementary, the co-interior angles are supplementary. So then we get angle A plus angle D equals to 180 degrees. So angle A is 30 degrees plus angle D equals to 180 degrees. So then angle D equal to 180 minus 30 degrees. So angle D equals to 180 minus 30 is 150 degrees. So similarly you can find the value of angle C. So angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degrees. Then angle B is 30 degrees plus angle C equals to 180 degrees. Then angle C equals to 180 degrees minus 30 degrees, so equals to 150 degrees.